Celtic captain, Callum McGregor.
Callum, congratulations. How are you feeling?
Yeah, buzzing. That's what playing for this club's all about, you know, the big days. You got to show personality. We thought we played really, really well in the first half. The second half we had to dig in a little bit, but you just hear this place, it's absolutely rocking.
I know, and listen, I don't want to keep you too long because that's something you want to be part of, but talk me through this team, what it means to them and being part of this.
Yeah, it means everything. It's a new group. You know, we're always trying to get better. And we put that demands on each other. The manager puts the demands on us to get better, and we've got to turn up in the big days, and that's just what it's about.
We'll enjoy it.
Thank you to Connie, thank you to Rory, to Ali, and to
In the league.
To be honest, for me personally, you know, it's a separate competition. I think it's good to get this cup won.
Just behind us there on the plinth. How are you feeling now? You can see what it meant to you.
Well, definitely a very, very important moment for us. We are very thrilled with this victory, and I think what we did today, especially in the first half, I think demonstrates a lot of what our team is. In the second half, not so good, but well, the cup is here, so we are very happy.
I can tell by the smile on your face just what it means to you. But can you sum it up, another trophy with Celtic, and just what that feels like?
Well, I think every win is very important, and I'm just grateful to be part of this moment in Celtic. I think to be a Celtic fan and to be a Celtic player nowadays, it's just like unbelievable, because
what it's all about. And since then, he's never looked back. So I mean, he's done an incredible job, and you have to say he's all, you know, rumoured to go down south, whether it's Leeds or another club. I heard even Poisted talking about taking him down there,
driving him himself.
Yeah. But having said that, I mean, that just shows you how much quality this manager has, and I take my hat off.
We saw some highlights from the last time they met in a final here in 2019. Out of the Celtic team, only 2 of that starting 11 are still at the club, and that is Forrest and McGregor. From Rangers, 10 of the 11 starters are still at the club. Is that just evidence of how the teams have developed over the past few years?
Well, if you look at the period just before Ange came in, you just knew that there were some guys coming out of contract. It was a terrible season for them, the season before. Guys coming towards the end of the contract. There was that natural change going to happen. And Ange Postecoglou, just as soon as he came in the door, had a clear vision and idea of what he was going to do. And he's barely put a foot wrong, you've got to say. His additions that he's brought into the side, the way that they play. I mean, as a Celtic supporter, as somebody that's passionate about the club, these people cannot have any complaints about what Ange Postecoglou's done.
Yeah, if you think about when he come in, everybody was giving him advice.
Yeah.
How Celtic should play it, this is the way Celtic should. And when he had previous, you had to keep that player, that player, that player. We must keep them, we must keep them. He went, no, if you don't want to be at the club, go.
Yeah.
I've got a vision, and if you don't buy into it, just go. And what's happened since then, when everybody's worried about losing their
There's
heroes.
your son Gavin in there with him as well. He's the first team coach at Celtic.
Matter of fact, the fitness of this squad is phenomenal. Even Gavin's lost a stone in weight.
I might need to get that regime.
As I say, he scrapped everything, Ange, and he's got his own way of thinking. And he said, right, but there's new heroes now at Celtic, because when these people were going to leave him, the top players, they said, where's my heroes? There's brand new ones now. You'll always get brand new heroes at Celtic. And as I said to you, and even when he come to the club, they said, take us the coaching staff. Any coaching staff, no, I've got my ways. If they buy into it, I'll be fine. And that's the way he does it. It's a fantastic way of managing.
Well, he's certainly lapping up the applause of the Celtic fans, and quite
A double-double in the final for Kyogo.
well. Ali and Chris have joined us here in the studio. Kind of hazard, I guess, that you enjoyed that more than Ali up there on the commentary box.
Impartial, Emma. Yeah, I did enjoy it. I thought Celtic were the better team in both halves. I thought that they should have put the game to bed at the end of the game. Had a couple of really gilt-edged opportunities. I've got to say, at this moment in time, I don't quite know what Rangers are. I think they played with real fear in the first half. They got a bit of momentum after the goal. But, you know, a lot of their play was hoofing it up to Morelos, or hoofing the ball in the box to Morelos, hoping something would break. But, you know, I think it's a lesson for Rangers as well. They've, you know, a lot of, well, the odd player or two has shot their mouths off in recent weeks. And, you know, it's better to shoot your mouth off when you've won a trophy or two. And that's a lesson for them. Maybe keep the mouth shut, win a trophy, and then you can start cheering and celebrating.
Yeah, it was a difficult day for Rangers, Ali, in the sense that, again, the first half ultimately may have cost them. We've seen it a couple of times this season.
Well, I'll tell you what it was on it. I thought Celtic were a better side in the first half. I don't think there's any doubt about that with it, but I thought Rangers were just about nearly getting away with it. And it was the goal just a couple of minutes before half-time, which you couldn't argue Celtic deserved because they were a better side in the first half.
Where was the Rangers' ambition in the first half? They were there to. All they tried to do is contain Celtic, maybe hit them on the counter, but they didn't even look like doing that.
The disappointing thing, I think, in recent Rangers Celtic fixtures, I think Celtic have really started the better side. And I thought that would be something that might be different today. I thought, that the manager Michael Beale might have installed in the players, and maybe he was attempting to do that, and maybe we're not giving Celtic enough credit. But I was disappointed in the way Rangers started the game. I thought they should have been more on the front foot. There's a lot of the times. Is
that fair?
But I don't think it's fair. There's a lot of the times, the opposition won't allow you to do that, and you have to accept that. But as I said, certainly the last 4 or 5, Celtic have come out and dominated the early stages of the game. That was the case today. But I felt Rangers nearly got away with it, getting up to half-time. I don't think Rangers really started to play on the front foot until they lost the second goal.
But honestly, I thought, towards some parts of the first half that they used the right-hand side quite well, Rangers, especially with Sakala getting, space one against Taylor. But the quality wasn't there, and I thought that was the difference between the two teams today.
I think you're right. I think when you look at the Celtic forward line, they've got that little fella up front who is mentally razor sharp. He really is. The second goal's magic, we probably didn't do it justice. The second goal, from a centre forward's point of view, wanting to get in front of a
I don't mean to interrupt you. I don't mean to interrupt you. But we've been joined.
You can stop this nonsense at this side. Please talk about his sense. Please, Ange, go on.
Well, we have been joined by Ange Postecoglou, as you can see, who has added another League Cup trophy to the cabinet from Celtic's perspective. Ange, thank you for your time. Congratulations. How does it feel to be a 2-time League Cup winner?
Yeah, it's... I don't know. It's funny at the end of the games, the overwhelming feeling is relief. People think you're jumping for joy, and it's just relief because the kind of what it means to everyone involved in the football club, the players, the staff, but especially our supporters. So you carry that burden through that whole 95 minutes, and when the final whistle goes, just relief that you've got the job done.
And Kyogo again, he's done it so many times for you, but another double in the cup final, he's just unstoppable. Yeah, and I think the measure of sometimes footballers, particularly at this football club, is how you perform in the big games, and that's 2 finals now where he's scored goals, and he's been fantastic from the day he walked into the building, and he's every day he works hard. There's not much of him, but he's a handful out there, and he was fantastic today. And when you think about the challenge that you faced, everything that goes with the week, with the fact that it's against Rangers, how impressed are you with the ability of your players to consistently step up and to consistently shoulder the responsibility? Yeah, it's been a sort of key hallmark of our team. Probably since Game 6 of last year, they've had to be resilient. They understood what it means to play for this football club, and we've got some outstanding leaders. Callum McGregor's just an outstanding leader, and when you've got guys like that, you're going to follow. The rest will follow. He sets the right example. There's others in there, Cameron Carter-Vickers and Joe Hart. But I thought the whole group, we had to earn it today. We played some fantastic football, just couldn't put them away. And Rangers are going to come at you. But when we had to defend, I thought we defended well, and we just needed a third goal to kill them off. So we needed to do a bit of everything, and we got the job done.
You're a lucky manager, of course, Ange.
Of course, mate, yeah.
Second half later on, you actually went a little bit more direct.
Yeah.
Was that because of the pitch, or was that because Rangers were pressing higher?
A little bit of both. It's not our ideal because we're not a team that's set up that way. So when you go long, it kind of goes away from what we're good at. But I've got to leave those decisions to the players. They're the ones that got the best feel out there on the ground, and I let them take that responsibility. And we probably went a bit longer than we need to, but I thought it got us through a sticky patch, and then we finished strong in the last sort of. Obviously, Rangers had to open up, and we had some good chances, but. Those kind of decisions, the players are well aware of kind of the way we want to play, but they've given the freedom to take responsibility.
Ange, I was going to ask you, if I may, I think speaking to you before, you've definitely got a good balance about your team, nice shape about your team. But I want to talk about your front three, totally different, right? Jota, who I thought was a little bit quieter today. Kyogo does his job perfectly. But that fella on the left-hand side, my head on it. I mean, I don't know what you're feeding him on. But dear me,
he got cramp during the celebrations. He's still running.
I got cramp watching him, mate. I mean, it's incredible. But it'd be a shame just to say it's work rate and it's work rate. There's a lot more to it than that.
Yeah, there is, and you know, he was up against a very good player in you know, James today, Tavernier, and you know, there was a couple of times where he tried to go past him, couldn't. But the thing about him, he just keeps going. You know, he doesn't stop, and he does give us good balance. Not just, I mean, you know, it's funny because our attacking players are so important to our defensive setup. You know, and he's a key. Him and Kyogo are key components of that. That they just put the opposition under pressure. We know that, you know, guys like Goldson are good coming out from the back, so we wanted to restrict that. And as you said, he's always a threat going the other way. You know, I had him at Yokohama, and you know, I was delighted to bring him across here. I knew that with his mindset and his attitude that whatever sort of gaps there were in his game, he's going to work awfully hard to try and fix them.
What about some of the newer players? I'm thinking the likes of Johnson coming in and O up front. They're learning very quickly what this club is about, aren't they? Yeah, they are, and you know, and it doesn't change and it doesn't ease up. You know, they know that. You know, the guys who are here know that. You're still expected to rock up the next week and win again, and that's what it means to be at this football club. But the players understand that. That's why they're here. They, you know, they embrace that. You know, again, it was important for us with the guys who are coming on. I thought, as you said, and even Tomoki Iwata at the end, I thought he did a good job for us, just sort of solidifying our midfield, and you know, Matty O'Reilly coming on. It's been a big part of our year.
What will the mindset be in that dressing room this evening? Of course, it's the first trophy of the season. It's big, but you know, you've got the league to win. What will the players be thinking in that dressing room?
Yeah, look, and I've got better as I've got older, but I think it is important you enjoy these moments, and I let them enjoy it because, you know, you're going to ask them to front up again on Tuesday, and you know, in the back of my mind, whatever's happening tonight, I know we've got St Mirren next week away, which is not an easy trip, but if I start talking to them about that and they don't enjoy this, they're going to start questioning why they're doing what they're doing. So, you know, they work awfully hard for me every day, not just the players, the staff, and they need to appreciate and get the rewards, and that's about tonight. So, you know, my instructions to them are always the same. You know, you enjoy your night, enjoy your success, because come 24 hours time, I'm going to ask you to go again, you know. And if they don't have that period of enjoyment, then it's going to be hard for me to do it. But, you know, they're a good group. They're really ambitious. We've still got a long way to go as a football club. We still know we can improve, but, you know, I think winning things helps that improvement.
And it keeps you in the hunt. I know you don't want to hear it, but for the treble, you don't like to talk about it. But the league, you're in a great position. You're still in the Scottish Cup. I mean, this could be a sensational season if you keep going the way you're going. Not if we don't knock off St Mirren next week, you know. And that's our focus. That's my mindset, and it's been since I've got here, because I know, like I said, there's a relentlessness about this football club when you join it, that you understand that they're not going to give you any off weeks or you know, a week where we're not at our best or at it all the time. So if I sort of lose that focus, then it's going to be easy for the players to do. So, you know, our mind will be on, just like I said, we'll get tonight done and enjoy tonight, and then we'll start focusing on next week and winning a game of football against a club that, you know, is doing well this year and in a venue that's always difficult. Well, I know you've got a lot of media commitments. We won't eat too much more into your celebratory time. Thank you for joining us. Thanks. And congratulations again. Any chance of a lift back to Celtic Park? You're offering me a lift. Jump on a boat. I think Ali was hoping it would be a bit further than Celtic Park, weren't you? You were going to drive him a bit further than Celtic Park, weren't you?
Leeds it was at one point. I think.
What are you thinking now, Southampton?
Well, anywhere.
Down south.
I'm not across the channel, by the way, at this point.
But we're joking, but you mean that as the biggest compliment, don't you? In the sense that he has come in here, Ange Postecoglou, and made a phenomenal impact at a time when Celtic were in a really difficult position.
Emma, you can't help but like the guy. He coaches his team, he manages his team very well, and he speaks very well. There's not, you know, he won't tell you anything that's not happening. He won't tell you anything other than his honest opinion. And he's a good listener, a good bloke. I wish he wasn't so happy today, but that's life, isn't it? No, fair play to him. Congratulations.
No stumbles with his team selection or his tactics today, but just a little one there as he left us. That's nice with Joe Hart. Well, it did all come down to who could put the ball in the net.